Midlands MPs have been debating how much money the BBC spends in our region today, amid concerns from some that not enough is invested here. Well, the debate took place at Westminster earlier, and our political reporter Sian Greschek was watching. Sian, what did our Midlands MPs have to say today?
Well, Mary, they had plenty to say. It was a debate that lasted for just over an hour. It was a very passionate debate, and it was organised by the MP for Sherwood, Mark Spencer, over in Nottinghamshire. And he was describing the Midlands funding situation by the BBC in the Midlands as an outrage. And that was very much a feeling echoed by one of our Midlands MPs, Andrew Mitchell.
It's astonishing that the BBC should neglect in its investment Britain's second city of Birmingham, a centre of the creative arts, as well as the point made by the honourable gentleman earlier, and that actually the BBC is cutting off its nose to spite its face. It's missing out on this huge range of talent.
And John, how much of a real debate was this, or were they all essentially in agreement?
Well, Mary, it's fair to say that all the MPs in the room were fairly united on their frustration at the situation. But Gisela Stewart, the MP for Birmingham Edgbaston, decided to take a moment to raise a note of caution. And she said the rest of the world would give its eye teeth to have the level of service provided by the BBC.
Our desire to have that has consequences. Now, that doesn't mean that I agree with everything the BBC has done, but I do think the government does not get off scot-free from that decision. If we wish the BBC to be a public service broadcaster that can survive in the modern age, then I think that funding structure and the stream has to be protected as well.
And what's been the response from the BBC on this?
Well, the BBC's released a statement within the last hour, Mary, from Joe Godwin, who is the BBC's director in Birmingham. He says the BBC is committed to having a significant presence in the Midlands. And the statement goes on to say that the BBC's spend in the Midlands for 2014 to 15 is £89 million, which is higher than the £80 million quoted in the press. But that by the end of 2015 to 16, that will rise to in excess of £125 million.
OK, Sian Greschek at Westminster, thank you. Now the time's just gone 18 minutes to 7, and this is